I'm Shay Russell for mining.com.au, and joining me today is the Managing Director for Elementos, Joe David. Joe, it's great to speak with you again. How are you?
Yeah, we're catching up quite regularly this week.
Oh, we certainly are. Lots of good news coming out from Elementos. First and foremost, let's kick off with what you unleashed on the market today on the 4th of April. That is your DFS and your Maiden All Reserve. The share price took a nice bump higher. Mate, can you go through the particulars of the DFS, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do my best to get through it without stumbling too much, Shay. Getting these things out is a huge effort from the whole team. So yeah, everyone's really been burning the midnight oil, especially when you're working on a Australian listed company, but a Spanish project. So very, very happy to finally get this out into the market. I know a lot of shareholders have been looking forward to it. It's a substantial document, as you see. It's over 300 pages. So we put a lot of detail out there. It's going to take a while for everyone to digest, but as you say, happy to see the share price tick up. So I guess key numbers, right? We've used a $30,000 tin price, gives us a $270 million NPV, which is very handsome against a $20 million market cap company. That's a 26% IRR and payback over 2.7 years. So they're the real highlight numbers. A lot below that. We're very happy with the all-in sustaining cost number too, which is only $15,000. So substantially below the current tin price.
You've just mentioned that you've used a very conservative tin price to underpin these numbers. Why have you done that?
Yeah, hey, I think it's best to have these studies have a bit of shelf life. Obviously we want to use this study for multiple reasons, to talk to partners, debt providers, off takers, and the last thing you want is to use a tin price that isn't relevant in a month or 6 months. So we've gone the conservative approach. If you do look at the current tin price, which is about 30% higher than what's the basis of our study, the numbers of the NPV get really, really good. We're up at about 587 million Aussie NPV, 42% IRRs, and under 2-year capital payback period. So it's a great project. It's very strong. It's strategically located in the EU, as you know, and this DFS is extremely robust. Now, I guess the DFS, I just really want to highlight, DFS are so much more detailed and robust than PFS or scoping studies. So really want to highlight that for people. This is a very well-defined number.
Certainly is. And it sounds like there could be very positive tailwinds for you based on the conservative numbers that you've used. Moving from the DFS to the Maiden All Reserve, this is sort of the double whammy of good news for investors. Can you go through some of the highlights for the Maiden All Reserve, please?
Yeah, so the ore reserve is it's a bit more of a technical output, but it's very critical for a project. You obviously have your mineral resources. Ore reserves are a subset of those, and you only get them when you hit a certain level of studies sitting behind them. You can do them off a PFS. We've done them off the DFS, but we've got 15.9 million tonnes at 0.36% tin now as our maiden ore reserve for the project. That's a major milestone, and certainly there's a lot of people that filter their investment criteria on project based on whether you have a reserve. So we're really happy to get that out there, really happy to get a tick in that box, and it's fully aligned. All that ore reserve now goes into the mine plan, which underwrites this DFS. So it's all highly linked.
Also, too, I noticed in your announcement there that there was quite a substantial and supportive statement from your chairman, which you don't normally see in these announcements. Tell me, how does the whole team at Elementos feel about this?
Yeah, hey, it's worth pointing out Andy. Andy's a huge supporter of Elementos. He's a mentor of mine. He's a significant leader of the company. He's our major shareholder as well, holding just 20% of the company. He had a huge career at Bechtel. Bechtel is, for those who don't know, is the US's largest engineering construction firm. Doing huge contracts for all the major mining companies. So to have his words attached to the DFS, which confirm the quality, the substance, and aligning it to the works of much, much bigger companies that he's worked for is absolutely fantastic. He ran their metals and mining division for 13 years before he retired. So to have someone like Andy write such kind things and really confirm to the market how robust this study is, certainly you don't get that in many juniors. So great to have Andy on board and great to get him to confirm that in the DFS.
And finally, mate, 2 bits of good news in a week. What can we possibly expect next?
Yeah, hey, we've got a lot planned. Not all that I can say publicly, but we're moving forward basically. So the approvals are in early this week. I'm in Spain later this month. We're working with the government extremely closely. We are talking to other major partners who can play a role in getting this project financed, licensed, offtake, and into construction. So there's a huge piece of work for us there, but certainly this announcement we put out today is a major milestone and a key piece of information we'll now share within the industry and within our network. And some significant progress ahead. In saying that, we also have some drilling in Tassie, so hopefully we're putting out some assays from our Tasmanian tin and critical minerals project very soon.
Listen, Joe, once again, congratulations on not only the milestone, but clearly the successful economics underpinning this project. It was great to have you on. I hope we speak soon.
Yep, look forward to it, Shay.